Welcome back, Captain. Now that you have acquired a nav key to Stellar Bay, would you like me to contact Dr. Wells?
Well done. You'll love Monarch. Exotic climate, violent native species, fascinating culture, really. You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. If anyone knows where I can find those chemicals, it's Hiram. I need those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight back against the Board. They can help us set things right. If we don't put a stop to the Board, they're going to drive this colony toward a complete societal collapse. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch. No, never. Monarch is a hotbed of political activity. I can't imagine why Hiram set up shop there. Cuisine, perhaps? You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of Nyoka. Frequents the drinking establishments of Stellar Bay. Very hard to miss. Once you have everything you need, make your way to Hiram Blythe's compound. Come see me in my lab. I'll answer any questions you have. Best of luck. Everyone on the Hope is counting on you.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right? You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the Board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna and halcyon. Please state your name for the records. Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill. We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Falbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago. Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The Board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly. Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell.
Ah, the nostalgic stench of home. Can't say I miss the day-to-day of living in Edgewater.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though. Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor? I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tosswell poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in? That's Bertie Holcomb. Only everyone's heard of him. Oh, you're real funny. I couldn't really say, but the fancy collector types say the more... Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
You're probably looking for Gomer. Watch out. She's in a mood.
laws. Can't a man enjoy the smooth menthol flavor of a Stogie Slim in peace? What I am doing, sir, is enjoying the moment. This law's forgotten town. I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular ship. Yes, Frito. Look, you're making me melt.
Well, well. Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you? Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound... And I don't... Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have is entitled to a few drinks. Something else I can do for you? Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more leaving than coming. Off to join... Bunch of marauders broke into the executive compound. I thought everyone knew. Thought it had a fancy ring to it. Nope.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding. All over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn wrapped out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you? Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you? Another in a long line of damn fools trying to cut... What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger? Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head. Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains... I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily way... Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock peels... worker earns his meals.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I thought you were quoting It's a Wonderful Directory.
Well, well. The only new folk I ever see. What can I get you? If you don't see it, I don't.
Sir, please, I need... Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
It's more dissolving than melting.
That is not helpful. Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said. He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him. Please, won't you go and find my boy? He's been pining. I warned him. He should have listened. He's been listening to those awful broadcasts. And now that old settlement, southwest is... Or that he never... Or... Thank you. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? And if you find any of them...
Help! Someone's been...
I think I'm gonna be sick. No! If you're going... Now, if you'll...
Whatever you do, don't mention Tossball to Isaac. He'll never...
You know, I haven't seen him in a while.
If you've gotten stuck in an hour-long roundabout mostly calling, let's keep it...
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
What a gruesome way to die.
Not much I can do for this guy.
Good day to you.
Whoa, by the star. Most only have any nothing. Even talking about it. That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back, before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town, what with the monsters hereabouts. I can whip one up for you, but it'll cost. Here's a menu. You got it. I got all the ingredients. Should only take about an hour in the oven. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own caffeinoid.
Don't be so hard on her. With Brack's missing, she's working doubles and needs a little edge.
Very well, dearie. But you stop by anytime you like, hmm?
Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Velma's gonna be extra cranky if she doesn't get...
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before.
Quite the bedside manner, lady.
Well, it's so rare I get the pleasure of new company. What can Auntie Abigail do for you? And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits.
Whiskey helps, too.
Please leave medical advice to the professionals. Now, dearie, who's this pickup for?
Don't blame me if I puke on your shoes.
Aren't you a saucy thing? I may not be a fresh young thing anymore, but with age comes experience, dearie. Much as I'd love to, but I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth, our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't... I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Now I've gone and said too much, and you... What? Dr. Williams... Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be... And to keep an extra key to the supply room, for all the times Dr. Williams misplaced his. The one upstairs. In the town grave? The graveyard... Chin up, dearie.
you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths. Aren't they? Most of the time it's static on account of the frequency being clogged up, but sometimes it's tossball. So, what can I do for you? Graham's always filling the airwaves with this propaganda, like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes him real hard to watch. Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth. Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. Sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch by the leader. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. I don't know for sure. They're hooligans from Falbrook. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Falbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
He's always pranking.
Wrap Musk and Canadize, right here. Hello, stranger. Can I interest? You look like a man who... I don't know. Celia usually buys whatever I have, and Mr... She works for Sanjar. He came to Stellar Bay years ago. Just... Sure, they're... Who wouldn't? He kept talking... Well, tell you what. All right then. Leave town through the southern gate, the one right here, and head past the last Mana Queen I saw was in the wild... Oh, good.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley.
Hey! What are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market. Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business. Oh yeah? What are you saying exactly? Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them funny. Fine, we're going. This ain't worth it.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir. Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today? You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him... But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago. Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all... I didn't have any choice. So I can talk to him, of course. He'd sort of this... Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on in... Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Good to have standards, I guess.
I know what I'm looking for. You think that's what I'm looking for? Not in Stellar Bay. Besides. Sorry.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me. Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself? What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Now, there's no need to... I had hope. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the...
Exactly what I would have said, if I'd been paying attention.
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, but if you sit down and tally up the costs...
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
What?
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
Indeed. Mr. Nandi...
On our...
Ingenious plan? Don't get me wrong, I'm starting to admire your sand, but I bet you could overcomplicate a sisty sandwich.
What a charmingly roguish turn of phrase. Allow me to express my thank...
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne...
It's true, our Celia is an alum. The plan she refers to... With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Why, one of the strongest of...
Never realized fighting the bureaucracy could be this interesting.
It is quite the rush. I'll need to gather some
You do.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to... And these days... Do be careful. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some... dangerous information. Perhaps... What can I do for you? But that's terrible. What happened? I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town. I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them eventually. Of course I would have. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services. I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff? Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you? Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. You'd head south along the road and look for a mountain to the west. But if you insist on going,
If you can keep her sober.
Then it's good that I keep such I've asked myself the same thing many... It's true. For many years... Really? I always thought they were refreshingly...
Here, though,
And as the other corporations began to tally... MSI's...
And how did that work out?
Most regard Monarch as a lost cause. But there were other... It's humane. Anyway, creating the perfect... That's what I thought. In a manner of speaking.
Must have pissed off some real big...
On the contrary, I moved forward with our planned reforms as well as... Yet not long... I don't think I realize... I do think... Why wouldn't anyone?
Without the board, chaos would overtake the system. Working within the established order isn't a principle to snub one's nose at, Captain.
If you can't beat him, might as well join him and reach into their pockets.
To be on the board is to... I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our heart... Besides... I've discovered it's much easier to negotiate. My hope... It's a legal provision that gives the board the...
A necessary evil for the...
That's Monarch may... Whatever... He and his...
I will admit, I am keen to meet their leader.
Well, be careful what you wish for, Grant. I'm trying. It isn't every radical... He's lucky the...
An Earth Directorate assault cruiser would change his tune. It's almost a...
What can I do for you? Then it's good that I keep... What can I do for...
No one saw me trip over that, right?
You look like a man who's looking... Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days. I hope it's working okay, because no one... Wait, I see what's going on. Don't get me wrong, but if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of... You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice. Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say? Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia? I've secretly been waiting for this, or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on? Oh, I will. Now I've just got to figure out which jumpsuit I'm wearing. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you... Anyhow, thank you.
Smells like rat in here.
Oh, it does work. I bought some mustard.
Hey, Velma, I got your caffeinoid pills.
You're a lifesaver. Hope Abigail didn't give you a hard time.
Just the usual. Any word on Braxton?
Nothing. Don't know how much longer I can cover for him either. Give me those pills, will you?
Here you go. You know, you might consider a real night's sleep instead.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry. Well, if you're that friendly about it, then you definitely aren't one of Catherine's sublight toughs. My mistake. I hope you can forgive my... First, Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat. He's a... I can't... Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass something... This again? I swear, this is... You can tell Grim his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a bet bad about cover it. She runs the... She... I don't have time. No. I paid Sublight. It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money. Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering. Sure. And once you finish helping me, fine by me. Caleb Herrick runs the autoloader off. He and his whole... You mind slapping him around? If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Stealing's such a nasty... And yeah. We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined. Besides, Sublight boss out of Falbrook. Handles most goods... Unless you're here to tell me he's... I don't have the bits. Besides...
She's principled, in at least this area. I will begrudgingly give her that.
Thank you. I think. If Caleb wants to keep this job... Maybe so. But I bet you can't... He says he's got a stash to tide his crew over. Could be he's all talk, but if the money... For running me... Fine by...
Here to catch a game? I'm afraid the train... What can I... Signed by the Black Hole himself. There's no way I could pass that up. Why, did you want to see it? I don't have it yet. I'm waiting on a few... I don't know. This isn't just some... Of course, the only reason I asked Velma about it in the first place was because those sublet... I was gonna line the walls with them. They're the new ones, now with a... Mine too? Anyway, I guess they tried to take a shortcut around Amber Heights and ran into some trouble. But they lost a bunch of cargo, including my jerseys. If you could get those for me... Thanks.
Ah, the charmer. All of the above?
So, Vicar. Vicky. Can I call you Vicky?
Absolutely fucking not.
For a vicar, you sure curse an awful fucking lot.
Look who's talking.
I'm not a fucking priest.
And thank the architect for that.
Reminds me of the crew cabin on one of my first ships.
The trick is not to breathe through your nose.
Good hit!
Everyone all right?
Sure.
On my way.
Who would like to die first?
Down they go!
That's the last of them. Think they left anything good behind?
I believe this place has seen better days.
We've got a fight on our hands.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome tip for yacht.
The chump. All of the above?
Says someone who's never had any fun.
Exactly. See? I'm glad someone on your crew's got some sensible. Got her head on straight. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
That was fast. I gotta see about stalking some on the ship.
You be careful. The first one's free. After that, they'll offer you gainful employment. Great. Where to? Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Falbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, right? That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
Mighty big gun you got there. I'm looking forward to seeing you use it.
You look like a preacher. You a traveling vicar?
In a manner of speaking.
Stellar Bay had a vicar once. He took it upon himself to convince Graham's folk to come back to the corporate fold. Kept making the trip between the city and Amber Heights by foot. Kept getting himself into all sorts of scrapes. Day came when I found a book of his and a vicar, huh? You a true believer, or do you just like the tithes?
Why, that's borderline offensive, Ms. Ramnarine Wentworth. Of course I believe. The tithes are merely a well-earned bonus.
I met another believer once. Pushy type. He thought he'd been left behind for a reason. Thought he'd find some kind of cosmic truth in the wilderness. Got himself infected by a mantis and drowned in a sulfur pool. Some truth.
Can't get more brutally true than survival of the fittest. But don't mistake us all for blind fools. Intellect plays a large part in who stays among the living.
Glad to hear it.
Your advancement.
I ain't got a heart. Life ain't a damn cereal.
You helped people survive the
New face, huh? You from off-world? A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Why don't you grab a chair? Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. Well, but until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking. It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor, Velma, goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay. Sure thing. What did you want to discuss? Nope. I'm calling her bluff. If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me... The others wanted to blackmail her. But we're... I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but... So far it's just gossip, you know? But if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
I wonder sometimes what they're doing on other colonies. Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
No, I mean...
Wouldn't know. I made it a point to stay out of the way.
Good, we're in.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us? Sure thing.
Predestined along a path that is only visible in
You again! You've really... Jumpy? Who's Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry. Oh. In that case, he told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
I'll be straight with you. Folk who disappear in the wilderness generally aren't able to come back. Don't get your hopes up.
Hold on to your hats, children. This ride is about to get ugly.
You'll get used to it. Give it 10 or 15 years.
I wonder what secrets these ruins contain.
Don't bother knocking on any doors. If anyone's inside, they're liable to respond with gunfire.
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please, come in. Come in.
I'm getting real bad fight or flight right now. Watch your step. People ain't this friendly outside city walls.
I, for one, welcome a reprieve from our travels. That is, if you'll have us, kind sir.
That's the spirit. Now come in. Make yourselves comfortable. I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here. The Raptidons and Marauders scare off all but the boldest. And if you've braved them, you must be exhausted. Why don't you stay for dinner? I'm sure I would remember something like that. Now, quit fretting yourself about that. Make yourself at home. Dinner's almost ready.
Something ain't right about this.
Oh, hello there. You come for dinner? Sorry, I'm not real good with, names. You got a funny way of putting things, but it feels like there's this That's nice of you. I usually feel better after I...
What a pleasant surprise. Yet the...
Only if you give yourself over to the plan, Martha. May I call you Martha?
By all means, just make yourself comfortable. Company is always a reason for cheer. And who could? Stretch out your... Just that you're... Look at me, prattling on as if this gravy is going to cook itself. Why don't...
Oh, hi there. That's wonderful. There was this other man who used to bring them. I don't know. I'm not really supposed to talk to strangers. Mama and Papa said he came from the city. When we got... And they worked. He said they were making us sick. They went to... Okay.
Way she said that reminded me of a rat licking its chops. Be careful.
Hey, what are you doing in my room? Liar! You're trying to steal the last of my rock... The ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on it.
There you are. We're all ready. Just waiting on you. Been poking around, have you? Ah, well. We were going to take you up there eventually. That's where we store the leftovers.
Nice hit!
Next one's mine! That's the last of them. Sulfur-sodden assholes. Ain't enough that the raps eat everyone? Now people are doing it too?
It is unnatural, an affront to the grand plan. Try me.
Well done. We're still alive.
Here we go.
And that's how it's done, Captain.
Hello? Hello? I hear boots out there. Wait, can rats hear boots? Oh, thank the Eternal. I'm Huxley. Hux if you're lazy. I'm stuck. My friends and I were scavenging here, and a Manta Queen showed up. Then Raptidons. It was a void-blasted mess. I ran in here, and, now the door's locked. Little help? Phew. Thanks, mister. My buddy had a key, but I ain't heard him in a while. So look for a dead guy, I guess. Or a rat. Maybe it's in a rat belly. Gross. Oh, much obliged.
Phew. Thank you so much. It was getting all stuffy in there, and I was getting a mite lightheaded, and I think now I'm out here. And I'm headed back to Amber Heights.
Still landing yourself in trouble, eh, Hux?
Oh, hi, Nyoka. You mind giving me an escort back home? Oh, you're traveling with someone. Never mind. Oh, sure, I'm a runner. I'm used to getting all dizzy and... Hey, who's your identical, slightly blurry friend? What? I ain't got nothing on. That's true. Okay, fine. Here. Thanks a lot, mister.
You won't get any mercy.
Nice hit!
Don't mess with us.
Careful. Only things you'll find in the ruins are liable to shoot you or eat you. Or both.
We've got a fight on our hands.
Nice hit!
Their death, our survival.
Good old Stellar Bay. Only place on the planet that don't stink of sulfur. On account of it stinking like fish instead.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
We spat in your spirits, Velma.
You notice my mood? I'm surprised you can see straight today.
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind. I just might find it funnier.
Will you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does for your disposition? Anyway, what do you folks need? That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift? That's... wow. I sure feel like an ass now. Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on Catherine herself. Still, it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement. Something else on your mind? Sure can. If you... Fine by me.
Well, I see you've had a sobering effect on our friend Nyoka.
Sir, please stop.
Forgive me, Celia. I couldn't help myself. Anyway, what can I do for you? You weren't supposed to look. I asked you to delete it. Oh, yes. This has been my... I give MSI everything. Oh, perhaps they were... I hadn't Thank you. Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.
Try to control yourself, sir.
Have you any idea how powerful this is? Corporations have been toppled with less. But that's exactly what this is.
And the dissemination of the proper ideals and information to those in the highest echelon of society.
On the contrary, I would say good documentation is for everyone. And the Bill of Liquidation/Transfer Form 52 is one of the most formidable pieces of data entry in all of Halcyon. One false stroke can invalidate the entire document.
It's true. One of the old execs gave herself a stroke trying to fill out the exemption section.
How charmingly quaint. But this is...
It's an expression, sir?
Well, it really... For our part, a Bill of Liquid... Sort of.
But really?
That's what I like. I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is
Mr. Nandi may be correct. If the masses learn that the board disregards their own ordinances, it'd give rise to dissent. MSI could use this information to their advantage.
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board. If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Falbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are. That's part of the problem. She has certain ambition.
Don't get yourself worked up, sir.
We really don't need to discuss this now, Celia. Once you, subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back a foolproof plan if I ever...
with us.
Well, hello, and welcome to the home of the Iconoclasts. I'm Rose. Please, take a pamphlet. In it, you'll find everything you need to know about Graham, his Philosophist truths, and the Iconoclast way. He wrote it himself, you know. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting we're out of pamphlets. Gosh, blast it. Why, we're the only free people in Halcyon. No corporations, no shackles, no problems. We make our own living here. Some of us hunt, some of us scavenge the ruins left by the corporations when they abandoned us. You're welcome to stay with us, so long as you can earn your keep. The new boy! Yes, he's quite clever. He took to our teachings very quickly. Last I saw him, he was headed into one of the buildings up the hill. May the eternal truth guide you.
I ought to mention, the Iconoclasts are loyal folk. Treat them right, they'll do the same. Turn on them, they'll open fire without a second thought.
I'm Bronson. It ain't really a store. We gotta eat. Eating means hunting. Hunting... So Zora set up a system. You fuck... Yeah, plenty. If you're the type to fix a thing or two, I've got a couple reports I need to follow up on. The pipes up on Milton's house burst. Someone needs to shut them off. Then there are the cables outside the bar. A sprat chewed through them, and now they're spitting lightning. Then there's the old guardhouse, outside town on the way to the old Bayside Terrace. Someone needs to reset the comms breaker there. I ought to tell you, most of these systems are routed through one of our terminals. You might be able to handle some of them remotely if you know your way around a computer. We sent Milton out to check on the comms tower a while ago. Ain't heard back. I'd wager he got 8. Up the hill. It's right on the cliff's edge.
Spacer's choice. It ain't the right choice, it's Spacer's choice.
Ain't seen you before. You from one of the outer steads or what? Ain't you fancy? 1, don't let the dust get in nothing private. It's like 10% spores by volume. you'll be yanking out fungus by the handful. 2, you can't actually keep the dust out. Always carry antifungals. Sprays work okay, creams are better. You got nothing else? Vodka. In charge? Huh. We do for each other on account of it needing to be done. Not... Now you want to rephrase that question, maybe ask who's We'll make an iconoclast out of you yet. Out here, you ain't beholden to managers nor wages. The 2 names every iconoclast esteems would be They're more like everyone's grandparents. They've been around, they know shit. You got a problem? Best bet's to ask them. When the monarchists wanted to settle down and play nice with the board, Graham was the one that took a stand. Zora's our best samba. Welcome to Monarch. The animals, that ain't enough. Look at the sky.
Oh, hello. Good to see you again. What? Oh, in Milton's place? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Me and my diary have got some catching up to do. Damn right. Ain't nothing in the wilderness can stop me. Except being locked up. Well, on the way back, I twisted something in my leg, foot. So, no... But this one was really... Then I tripped over a void damn rock.
There's your iconoclast theory of chaos in action.
Mister, I don't know what chaos is, but rocks ain't got theories. They're rocks. Till it stops hurting, I guess. Zora says I'll be fine in a month or so. Huh? Why? Oh, ha!
Never seen you before. Take my advice. Move on. Get off-world if you can. I've been halfway around T1. Monarch, they call it now. Been around. Nothing on this move. A great many things. I'll tell you what. I used to run with a squad of mercenaries here. Good stands to... Mostly we protected folk from the beasts. We split. Thing is, I'll be glad for it. There. Appreciate it, kid. I'm marking an outpost on your map. We spend a lot of time out there. Might be a good...
Looks like I'm not the only new face around here. What do I call you, stranger? Welcome to Amber Heights, Captain. Call me Tucker. You here to join the Iconoclasts? Help us free this world? Yeah, to Amber Heights, anyway. Only got here a few weeks ago. Was living in Stellar Bay before... Screw safe. Everybody needs a little danger and
Oh yeah, this guy's gonna bleed out here all right.
If I do, it'll have been my choice, damn it. sorry about that. I am not a little boy. Haven't been one for decades, no matter what my mama wishes. I take it she's still looking for me? Had hoped she'd accept my decision. According to her, stepping foot outside of the house in broad daylight is too dangerous. Don't go play with friends. Mantisaurs will tear your arms off. Don't leave the... I stuck around way too long. She doesn't want to see me as anything other than her baby boy. Why would I go back again? What'll be different this time? You're right. I can do this. I just need to stand my ground and make her see she can't control me anymore. No one can.
All I'm saying is it ain't worth it. It's gonna taste like sulfur all the same. You'll get sick. Then all that sweetness takes the air anyhow. Nah, don't spoil it.
It ain't right. How many good folk we gonna lose to our mission?
I don't have time for this.
A Manta Queen.
Yeah. We felled it, mind. But we lost 2 runners and 5 gun hands.
A total failure, then. So much for the ruins.
And hell only knows where the Van Oys are. They never showed.
I'm sure they're... let's talk later. It seems we have company. A stranger comes to our home. If you're looking for a path to walk, you've found one. If you're looking for a teacher, I am one. Welcome to the Iconoclasts. The truth that I have come to learn and embrace since out here we survive by the sheer strength of our spirit.
We do seem to burn through endless ammunition and medical tape, though.
Yes, well, such is life. Our descendants will enjoy safety and luxury, but our generation... Now, why have you come? A great many things, in fact.
We could always use a hand rounding up supplies.
Or... Now here's an idea. There's an old printing press I've been trying to get up and running. Oh yes, many facilities lie abandoned in the wilderness. I believe the press could be operational again. Will you aid us in our cause? Wonderful. I requisitioned replacement... Speaking of which, where is Huxley?
You bought rollers? You haven't even cleared the wraps out yet. What are you doing wasting bits on... Forget it. Huxley's still recovering. She won't be up for a run for a while yet.
It seems we're out a runner. If you intend to help our cause, I'll ask you to meet our MSI supplier in her stead. One of our sympathizers. A woman named Carlotta periodically buys goods on our behalf from Stellar... Stellar Bay has caught on, but they remain friendly.
So you're her mysterious savior. She sings your praises.
That girl and her songs, so eager to learn, so bright-eyed, so tone-deaf. She meets us in the ruins of Bayside Terrace. From our compound, follow the road north. Wonderful. While you're at it, we can use them to copy and...
Unbelievable. I hope I don't have to tell you this, but if there is extra money, would you mind... Graham, if you need me... Hey.
Excuse me, but this area's off limits. We got a leaky generator. It ain't safe. That's my nice way of telling you to sod off. We're fixing a leaky generator. What's it to you? What are you, a safety inspector? Yeah. And I'm just gonna let you walk. Hell, I ain't gonna pass up free bits. Make it painful.
Quiet. What are you up to out there? Hello? You can't be serious. Who are you anyway? Oh, finally! Tell Graham that this is the last run I'm doing. Sanjar's declared a stop sale to you lot, but even if he hadn't, I'm not risking my neck anymore.
I don't know how you got those goons to leave, but thank you. Graham ordered rollers and whatsits, right? For a printing press? Here, take them. Like I said, this is my last run. You'd have to ask him. All I know is that if I get caught, I'll get arrested. Law help them. I don't know. I should go. What do you want delivered? Yeah, I've got a few. I'll send them along. Give them all my regards.
I'm drinking here. Move yourself on. Nothing on this moon for nobody. There's a lot of heartbreak. It's pretty simple, kid. Kid, I ain't got but half. Look, you wanna... I can't Alright, so... I reckon one of the most... Exactly. This moon... Olympus might not be a star, but it's in the middle of the... O2 breathers. I don't know. I wonder now if I'm... It was the sound of... Hell, if I... There's... wings...
What are you buying? I'll be damned. Thanks for doing that. Here. Zora sets aside a bit or two for people who help out. Before you ask, no, it ain't pay. Just being generous to folks who do a good turn. Hey, thanks again for helping out. What can I do you for?
I'm telling you, the Van Noys are fine.
Bullshit, Graham. They don't just abandon orders, and they weren't at the ruins. Where in this sulfur-sodden hellhole did you send them?
They're on a very important... we'll continue this later. Welcome back, Captain.
They're hunters. Badass ones at that. Hope they're all right.
They're our best unit, and now they're missing in action.
And we'll continue that discussion later.
Damn it. I was hoping you'd have more sense than our venerable leader here. I get the message is important, but so's eating. Carlotta usually schedules the next drop during the meeting. When's she coming?
That is most unfortunate. This cuts off one of our only 2 supply lines on Monarch. Sanjar, old friend, you're about to cross a dangerous line.
About to? That idiot just declared war.
We will deal with his subversion later. For now, we must redouble our efforts to spread the truth to the colony.
The print... Oh no. Graham, you didn't.
I've already sent a team ahead to scout the press. One of our best. Meet them there and find out if they've been successful.
You sent the Van Noys there, didn't you? Oh, for fuck's sake, Graham! We needed them in the ruins! Our people died out there!
They went willing to fight for our cause. We need reinforcements. We need new recruits. The Van Noys saw the printing facility with the same importance as I.
The written word can be quite effective, but losing your flock seems counterproductive.
I have the utmost confidence in their abilities. Friends, we must have faith that the men and women we recruit can handle the duties for which we recruit them.
Yes, you're damn right he could have. But he's so obsessed with preaching that he's become blind to our actual problems. Look, just... if the Vernoys are still alive, get them out of there. With Sanjar pressing the issue like this, I have a feeling we'll need them.
Nyoka, you're a sight right now, I'll tell you what. We are up a creek.
I bet. You really come this far north for a printing press?
Yeah, I know, but that's the mission. Don't suppose y'all are busy right now. Thank the Eternal. We could use a hand. But we can't leave without patching these guys up. Acker here is bleeding out and Jensen can't see straight. Our medic has got our trauma kit, but we got separated. We ain't seen him in a couple of hours. Yeah, on account of giving him the order. He's searching the old settlement to the north of the press.
Here we go! That's the last of them.
Any luck out there? Oh, fuck. Well, that's better than nothing. Thanks. We'll head out as soon as we're patched up.
That's the last of them.
If you'll just listen...
No! No more listening. No more preaching. We are losing people left and right. We need to act.
Enough, Zora. I'm not putting the torch to innocent people. Do you want to bring the board's cruisers and gunships down on us? Captain, apologies, but our situation grows dire. Our people talk of foolish endeavors. What news do you bring? They are armed all the same. All they need is...
We're out of time. We need food and ammunition.
Excellent.
Did you find the Vanoys? Thank the Eternal.
We're one step closer to bringing the truth to every man, woman, and child in Halcyon. This plan's brilliance is in its subtlety. For the time being, let us cease our activities on the tower, lest we bring premature attention upon us. I have much to do, articles to write, sermons to ponder. We live in such an exciting time. Let's talk later.
Sermons? For the love of... I'm going to see to the wounded.
Oh, Captain, you did it! My little boy...
Mama, I told you that I'm not staying.
Oh, we'll get that silliness sorted out. What a sour thing to say.
Mama, what I need is for you to listen to what I want for once.
Here, kind stranger. This is every bit I've scrimped and scraped for you.
Is it true that manta queens devour their mates after copulation?
Yeah. Well, sort of. They kill them, but they leave the body till their swarm hatches and eats it. The first meal is their father.
Makes one appreciative he wasn't born a mantisaur.
Slimy man like you might fit in just fine.
Poor Braxton.
I don't want to be.
Here to catch a game? I'm afraid the transmission's still pretty bad. What can I do for you? Really? Wait, let me just take a sniff. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Just let it waft right into your nostrils. That's the smell of pure, unfiltered sportsmanship, baby. Tell Velma that Grim can keep his poster. I've got all I need right here. Graham's always filling the... All it means is...
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbow. Sure can. That's a surprise. Tossball being part of her business and all. Take the poster then. And if I never hear another word about it, it'll be too soon. Something else on your mind? Unless you're here to... Hard workers? They turn Caleb and his crew have it better than anyone else around. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd bet... I don't even want to think about that. Or how far behind Braxton's loss alone is going to put us. Fine. Tell Caleb he and his team can have their raise, but I need them back here immediately. Stealing some... and... We're not... or...
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker, too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
You ever think about what goes on in a marauder's head? They'll manage to feed themselves.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us? Sure thing. How'd you manage that? Wait, never mind. If I question it, it'll turn out not to be true. Besides, I never follow how you got Velma to part ways with the bit card of her own accord. Here, take this as compensation. It ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done. Now, me and my friends here better get back to work before Velma blows a fuse.
Lucky it was sick, else it'd have been a hell of a lot tougher.
Agreed.